It's so good to see you. Or your picture at least. Anyways, thank you guys so much for hopping on tonight. I'm really excited for tonight's team call. And apparently it's just what some of y'all needed, because after I posted the topic, I got messages like, oh my God, girl, this is exactly what I needed. So apparently I was feeling your vibe from you ladies without even knowing it. So with that said, we're just going to jump right into it, shall we? So tonight's team call is basically how to be a successful coach and keeping it simplified. So this is good for you brand new coaches like Miss Dana, or you coaches that have been here for a while. So one thing that I have found to be very common is that, especially as women, we like to overcomplicate things, right? Or we don't like to, but we tend to. And that's not fun, because when we overcomplicate things, it doesn't go the way that we want it to. So let's break it down. Does everybody have notes or some form of note-taking, tablet, pad, paper? Because I'm going to give you some notes tonight. And the thing is, I don't want you guys just writing down notes. I don't want you guys just jotting down what you think are good ideas or aha moments or life-changing words or any of this, because nothing matters unless you take action, right? Like, you can't buy the 21-day fix program and open up the meal plan and be like, ooh, 15 pounds in 3 weeks. I'm going to drop that, and then not work out and not eat your portions and get that. No, it's not going to work. You have to put in the action. It takes effort. So let's jump into it, shall we? So who on this team call wants, Ellie, sorry. Who on this team call wants to be successful? Like, be honest. If you guys don't want to be successful and you just came here to hang, that's cool too. No judgment. But if you want to be successful, raise your hand. Awesome, Megan. Awesome, guys. Okay. Who wants what they do to actually be doable and not hard and not stressful and not overcomplicated? Like, you want it to, double hands, right? You want it to be doable, right? Then why do we tend to overcomplicate things and then get overwhelmed with what we should be doing? Or we don't do anything at all. Anybody? Because what happens if we overcomplicate things? We end up putting too much on our plate, and then we look at our plate and be like, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start. And then what do? You go and take a nap, or you shut your computer down, or you walk away, or you take a break for a week, or you do all this stuff that is not getting you anywhere near where you want to be, right? It's the most ridiculous thing that we tend to do, and we do it so often. So tonight, moving forward, we're not going to do it anymore. We're going to keep things simple. All right? So write that down. Keep it simple. We're going to keep it simple. I'm keeping it simple. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys four tips on how to keep it simple. All right? Are you guys ready? Number one, and this is the most important. If you've been a coach for more than 2 minutes, if you've been on your own health and wellness journey for more than 2 minutes, you know that this is thing, okay? You need the right headspace. You need to be in the right frame of mind, okay? We all know what it's like when we're grumpy, or we're hungry, or we're stressed out, or we're pissed off, right? We all have been there. We've all had those emotions, right? It's hard for us to want to help others, or reach out, or post a selfie, or show up on our page, or be vulnerable, or any of that stuff if we're not in the right frame of mind. So how do we get in that right frame of mind? Well, number one, personal development. Personal growth is everything. Personal growth helps you whether you're a Beachbody coach or not. You guys, we should be preaching this from the rooftop, because it doesn't matter if people sign up as a Beachbody coach. Building that love for yourself internally is everything, and everybody needs it. So personal development. Next is gratitude. You cannot expect the universe to open up and give you more if you are not grateful for what you have now. Be grateful for the little things. Be grateful for the people that put a smile on your face. Be grateful for the people that read your messages and actually respond, even if it's a no. Be grateful for the home that you have. Be grateful for the family that you have. Be grateful for the relationships. Be grateful. Start a gratitude journal. Write it in your write it in your miracle morning when you're journaling. Show gratitude. That leads me to affirmations. I am statements. I am are the most powerful words you'll ever speak to yourself. And instead of saying, I am not enough, I am not a good coach, I'm a procrastinator, I am not good at speaking English, I am, all this stuff that we can say, I am this, I am that, I am this, I am that. And we're just putting ourselves down more and more. Instead, turn it around and say, I am strong, I am beautiful, I am more than enough, I am powerful, I am fearless, I am brave. I am everything. Say the things that you need to hear. Say the things that your best friend would tell you. Then exercise and eating healthy. So I believe it was Christine that made a post. Actually, I'm going to call her out. Where is she at? I think she made a post yesterday that said, when you are on track with your fitness, does it make you want to do better at everything? I'm not exactly sure what you quoted, Christine, when you made a post on your page, but I was like, absolutely. When you guys, when you get your workout in the morning and you're eating well, you handle that day better than if you skip your workout or if you're eating like garbage, right? If you're feeling good, you make better choices and you're coming across more confident and you're glowing. Oh yeah, I Am That Girl. Such an amazing book. If you guys have not read I Am That Girl, read that book. So when you take care of yourself, just like the airline pilot, the pilot doesn't tell you, the stewardess or the people that walk up and down the aisle, what flight attendants, okay, they tell you to put on your mask first. First? My first just had a K in it. They tell you to put on your mask first. I'm done talking. Before you can help someone else. Same thing goes with you eating right, you fueling your body with the stuff your body needs, and you exercising. And it's also called being a product of the product, right? It's called taking care of you. All five of those things will help you get in the right headspace. It will help you have a good frame of mind. Hi, Christina. Shout out to my other new coach that's on here. Okay, number 2. This is kind of sticky for some people. And I'm going to be honest for a second, okay? Just for a second, though. You get BS the rest of the time. So a lot of you are really good at sharing post-workout selfies. But you need more than a post-workout selfie to connect with someone. We need stories. We need to know where you are. We need to know where you came from and where you're going. You have to be vulnerable. You have to be afraid to be fearless and not be afraid to be seen. And show up and be yourself. Embrace your flaws, your imperfections, your everything. That's where you truly connect with people. When they scroll your page and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, this girl struggles with this. Or, oh my gosh, look at where she came from. Or look at where she's going. I want to work with that girl, or I want to be that girl's friend. You're not going to get connections like that if you're just posting post-workout selfies or yummy food or delicious coffee or whatever. You need to share your story. So you're going to share who you are, which is going to be part of your brand. Who are you? Number 2 was share your story. So you're going to talk about who you are. Are you a mom? Are you a fiance? Are you a wife? Are you a sister, a daughter? I'm talking women here because you guys see, I keep telling my girls, I'm like, you guys sign up a man and we're screwed because I can't have this, like, you know, women talk. Anyways, who are you? Do you love animals? Are you vegan? Are you paleo? How do you eat? Are you tattooed? Do you have bad grammar like me? Do you drink wine? Do you love LaCroix? Do you like cake? Who are you? Where did you come from? Now, here's the thing. Tuesdays are great for this because you could share your Transformation Tuesday post about where were you? Where did you come from? Mentally and physically. But the thing is, unless you are healed from it, because there is some traumatic events that happen in our lives, unless you are healed, do not talk about it yet, okay? I'm not trying to torture you guys. But there's parts of our story, like if we take our tree, right? Our entire story is a big, beautiful weeping willow. There's lots of different branches that we can talk about, right? And our workout photos and our selfies and just a post, anything. There's millions of parts of you and your story, of your struggles, where you came from, how you grew up, anything that you've overcome, the things that make you you. Share that. And let's not forget, share where you're going. Your goals, where are you headed? Because if people see your vision and they share it with you, they're going to want to jump on board. And you want to continue to talk about where you're headed, because if you continue to talk about where you were only, that's the kind of people that you will only attract. Okay? For a very long time in my business, I only talked about where I used to be. How I doubted myself, how I had no self-love, how I had no self-belief or self-esteem. And I attracted women who felt the same way, and they didn't know how to love themselves. And they weren't ready to put in the work. But now I talk about both. I talk about putting in the work because I deserve to love myself. And I'm headed over here. And who's coming with me? Right? It kind of empowers you when you find a post like that. Like, this is where this person was, this is where they are now, and this is where they're headed. Because they're determined. They're not afraid of work. If you make something look easy on social media and someone signs up with you and they stumble one time, it's going to derail them. So don't be afraid to talk about the fact that it does take work. It is hard. You are going to sweat. Oh my gosh. I talk to people that say, I want to lose weight. I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to lose 100 pounds, but I don't want to sweat. And I'm like, what? You don't want to sweat? Good luck. It takes sweat. It takes blood, sweat, and tears. I'm not saying you're going to bleed, but come on. Sometimes I want to make one of the trainers bleed. So talk about where you're going. That's number 2. That's sharing you and sharing your story. Number 3. This is another thing where people, coaches, amazing, lovely ladies get held back on. It's connecting with others and building relationships. Okay? Write that down. So here's the thing. I know some of you guys have heard me say this before. So how I look at coaching, right? Because I know I take it back to day one when I was scared, right? When I was scared to share my story, I was afraid to show up. I was afraid that people were going to think I was a fraud, being overweight still and sharing my transformation, all this stuff. I was afraid. And I was afraid to reach out to new people because I thought they would think I was trying to sell them something. I thought they would think I was a fraud. They would judge me, all this negative Nancy stuff, right? So I was afraid. But now after being in this business, oh my gosh, almost 6 years, it'll be 6 years next month. Hey. I look at connecting with people, at building relationships like I'm back in third grade. I'm back in third grade, and I'm running over to the merry-go-round, and I see it filled with women. Oh, no, not in third grade. Sorry. I see it filled with other girls, other third graders, right? And guess what? I'm going to go over to that merry-go-round, and I'm going to spin on it and run and laugh with all these girls. And I'm going to walk away from that merry-go-round with 5 new best friends. When we were little, I'm not talking about high school because we know that shit's hard, but when we were little, you went to a playground and you walked away with a best friend, right? You went to your parents' friend's house and you walked away with 2 best friends. Like, oh my gosh, you like My Little Pony? I like My Little Pony. We're best friends, right? It was so easy. But now as we're adults and we have responsibility and all that jazz, we think it's hard. We think it's hard because we went through high school and all this judging and, you know, you need to be this and you need to do this and you need to look like this and all this shit. Forget all that. Channel your inner third grader and go out there and meet some friends. You're looking for your tribe. So you're finding your tribe. People that you vibe with. It's so easy to scroll on social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram. Instagram is my jam because it's easier to look at pictures. And I don't feel like a creepy stalker when I, start following someone on Instagram like I do on Facebook. But anything that's vibrant, if there's bright colors, it catches my eye. If they love animals, catches my eye. If they're into lovey-dovey woohoo stuff, catches my eye. Airy-fairy catches my eye. If they're a boy mom, catches my eye. They have tattoos, catches my eye. It's so easy to utilize Instagram because I know y'all do this anyways. So why not do it intentionally, right? Why not look on purpose for people that are part of your tribe? Reaching out, actually connecting with them intentionally. That's where you CCQ. CCQ stands for compliment, comment, or question. You can compliment on their post, send them a question via direct message or private message. It's how you engage with them. So you're not just another follower or just not another Facebook friend request. You're engaging with them. And you're not going to be like, hey girl, just to let you know, I'm a Beachbody coach. Want to join me? They'd be like, no, thanks. You're trying to sell me something. What you're going to do is you're going to channel your inner third grader and you're going to go make a new best friend. You're going to go make a new buddy. That's it. And if you have the right intentions, it's going to be easy. But if you think in your mind like, oh, I need to sell a challenge pack, or I need someone to sign up with me, or I need this, it's going to be hard for you because that's not genuine, that's not authentic, and that's not what we do around here. You reach out to people because you want to build that friendship and you want to add value into their lives. Because we all know what it's like to be sad, to be depressed, to feel alone, right? And we're here, we have a purpose, we have a responsibility to help others never feel like that. But we can't put ourselves first, we have to put them first. That's what happens when you sign up as a Beachbody coach. And this also goes along within the lines of connecting and building relationships. You have to stick to a time frame. You guys, please be respectful of you and your family's time. You have to create business hours. Whether it's time blocking, you do 30 minutes here and 30 minutes there, or one designated hour. Maybe you spend 3 hours. I don't know your time. Everyone's time frame is different, what they're allowed. But please do not be on your phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're going to get exhausted. You're going to get burnt out. And you're going to be half-assing everything you do. And I can say that because I was that person. I was that person. Before Unstoppable Misfits was big, I would sit on Monday night Misfit Republic team call with my phone on speakerphone at the dinner table. At the dinner table with my family. Was that fair for them? Was that fair for me learning anything? No, I was half-assing everything I was doing. Same thing if you're playing with your kids and you're returning messages. You're not giving your kids 100% of you. And you're not giving the people that you're talking to 100% of you either. So do yourself a favor and designate time just for your business. Focus time. So you can give your business 100% you and you give your family 100% you. Got it? Got it. Because y'all know what I'm talking about who's been on your phone 24/7, right? Anybody? Has anyone done that? See? Okay. And it's exhausting, right? Okay, number 4. This is a fun one. You guys ready? And this should not be scary for anybody. Recognition and shout outs. Showing appreciation. Giving a good job, pat on the back. But here's the thing, people think that they need to have coaches or customers in order to give shout outs, right? No way. The people that you follow, that you're connecting with, you can give them a shout out. You can say, oh my gosh, this girl is amazing. She's so inspiring. Every morning I wake up, bam, give her a shout out. It doesn't even matter if you talked to her about Beachbody before, if you even had the chance to message her yet. It doesn't matter. Give people shout outs that you follow, that are your vibe. Your coaches and your customers, obviously, you're going to want to give them shout outs. You're going to want to recognize them for non-scale victories. Maybe you admire them for, some quality they have, for any sort of success. It doesn't have to be like, oh my gosh, my girl got $1,000 paycheck. Woo. I mean, if you do that on social media, if you're going to give me a shout out, that's the way I'd want you to do that. So like maybe some Arsenio Hall. No. But give shout outs for small stuff, because it's the small things that people can really relate and connect with. And that makes people feel like it's doable. Oh my gosh, my girl over here just lost 5 pounds. Right? People are going to be like, oh my gosh, I want to lose 5 pounds. I can lose 5 pounds. But if you say, I'm not degrading shouting out bigger accomplishments to like losing 100 pounds, because that's freaking awesome. But other people will look at that and be like, oh my God, I need to lose 100 pounds. That's a lot of work. That's going to take a lot of work. But if you say like, she's been on her journey for this long and each month she's lost said pounds, maybe average it. You got to think about the big picture, right? You can do it on your Instagram stories. You can do it on any platform. You can do Women Crush Wednesday, and every Wednesday you have a designated day that you do a shout out for one of your followers. And every day you have a different shout out for another coach on your team. Like, you can shout out each other. You don't need to have coaches on your team. You don't need to have customers. You can shout out your sister. You can shout out your mom. But make sure that you're not just bragging about your awesome success that you're having, that you're sharing the love and showing that people from all walks of life, every age, every size, can have success in their life. It doesn't have to be 100-pound weight loss. It doesn't have to be $1,000 paycheck. There's so many different things that you guys could give shout outs for. And here's the thing. When people are recognized, they work harder, right? Like, who loves recognition? Dana's like, oh me. I love it, right? And when you get recognized, you're like, okay, yeah, I'm pumped. I could do this again. Like, every time I get a new coach on the top 10 board every week, they're like, oh my God, how did that happen, first of all? And then I explain, and they're like, I'm going to do it again. I'm like, yeah, you are. Because who doesn't love to be recognized, right? So help fan their flames, right? So the process is we learn what we need to do. And that's what y'all just did tonight. If you didn't know, now you know, right? You learn. Then we practice. We're going to put into action the simple steps that we need to do. And guess what happens once you practice? You succeed. Because when you're consistent at something, You're going to make progress. There's going to be success. And then what is your job? You are a Beachbody coach. You're not just keeping all this jam to yourself. You need to share it. So then you need to teach unto others. That's why at the beginning of this call, I asked if you wanted to keep it doable, if you wanted to make it doable. Because you don't want to learn something yourself that takes a freaking genius or, some guy that flies to the moon to get it all down, right? Like I'm assuming you have to be like uber smart to fly to the moon. I don't know. What I'm saying is you want it to be doable for you so it's easily teachable to others. I think my son just said, I'm going to fly to the moon. He would. So we need to create systems. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, for the first, while he's president, he's going to fly to the moon. That would be my kid. For the first 4 years of my coaching career, I was horrible at systems. I would be like, why is it hard for you to do that? I don't know. I'm just doing this. I'm just doing this over here. And I'm sending these messages and I'm doing this. I don't know why it's hard. Because I wasn't making it teachable. And here's the thing. I wasn't doing anything complicated. That's one thing that I've never done is to complicate things because I like simplicity. I mean, the rest of my life is chaotic and that's fine, but business needs to be simple. All I'm going to do is I'm going to hang out with my girlfriends. I'm hanging out with the people that I love. I'm surrounding myself with people that inspire me, that empower me, that I want to help grow. I do me, so I work on me, my fitness, my emotions, my mental wellness, my nutrition. I give shout outs to the girlfriends I'm just meeting because they're my jam. And I help spread that to others. You guys have a great opportunity in your hands, right? You guys know that Beachbody coaching can change people's lives in more ways than just one, right? I hope you guys realize how much you're aware of this. Sometimes we step back because we get overwhelmed and we think everything needs to be complicated, but we're keeping that opportunity to ourselves. There's women out there right now that are hurt, that are sad, that are ashamed and embarrassed and scared and broke, that need you. But for whatever reason, we're holding ourselves back from reaching out and finding them. Now, my intention, my purpose of signing up as a Beachbody coach, actually pursuing coaching, was to find women that hurt just like me and make damn sure that wasn't going to happen again. Because I know what that feels like. And I can't even call it an obligation because it's something that I love to do. That's why I call it my purpose, my intention. You guys have a choice what you do with coaching. That's the beautiful thing about this. You're all your own CEOs, your own boss of this business. I can't tell you, you're fired, get out of here, you didn't do your workout today. I can't do that. I'd be a dickhead if I did. But I can't do that. You are in charge of what you do and what you don't do. But I'm telling you guys, if you don't actually put focused work into this, and I'm not saying you have to work 8 hours a day, just 1 hour. If you don't do this, you're holding back a beautiful opportunity from so many people. And if you let that sink in, that weighs heavy on your heart. So keep it simple. Do it for you, because when you keep it simple, then you're still going to be happy. You're still going to be excited. You're not going to be like Monday morning going to come around and you're like, oh, I have to drive 4 hours to get to work both ways up the hill in snow, barefooted, blah, 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 right? Because I know a lot of people feel like that about inviting. I know who you are. What I want you to do is I want you to feel good. Like, remember when you signed up as a coach and you're like, oh my God, this is the best day ever. or your first challenge pack arrived, you're like, oh my God, it's like Christmas. I know, that's how I felt. I was like, oh my God, it's the best. You need to feel like that every moment you sit down in front of your computer or your tablet or whatever you work on. And you're like, yes, I'm going to go and change some lives today. I'm going to go and help add value to others so they feel better, so they don't feel alone. I'm going to be intentional with what I do on social media today. I don't know if this helped, guys. I don't know if you're just writing a bunch of notes down and it's going to be closed in a notebook and stashed away like I used to do all the time at all, like my first 5 summits. My first 5. That's how many summits I went to. I'm like, but don't stash your notes away. Put into action the things that maybe caught your attention, that you're like, okay, that's something I can start implementing right away. And if I lit a fire under your fanny and you want to bust out work tonight, do it. I know Christmas is just around the corner. I know the holidays are here. I know New Year's is here. I know everybody's broke. Truth is, if someone wanted their life to change, they would do anything to make their life change. End of story. No excuses. You guys need to show up not only for yourself, but for others. It is your responsibility as a Beachbody coach, as an unstoppable misfit, okay? Yeah. I just gave you a shit ton of responsibility. Oh! I'll owe you $1. Damn it. But I love you guys. And like I said before, there's no judgment what you do with coaching. I will never be ashamed of you. I will never be disappointed by you or anybody else. Nobody will on this team call. Nobody will in our big team. Because what you do with your business is up to you. But I want you to realize you can be successful just the way you are. You can be successful without overcomplicating things and just by showing up. Okay, with that said, I'm going to jump in the chat box because y'all were chatting without me and I feel left out. But if you guys have any questions, you can unmute yourself. I won't bite. Yay, April got on her first live call. Woo! Oh, see, Jackie's daughter says, will you be my best friend? See, how easy is that? Kaylin's hosting next week's team call about how to make a new best friend. That never changes. My 8-year-old still forgets to ask their name. Yeah, I know Gage will do the same thing, Christine. He'll be like, I made a new friend. I made a new best friend. I'm like, what's their name? He's like, I don't know, but he has orange shoes. And I'm like, oh, that's super cool. Yes, also you are not focused. When you block out time, you're more focused on your individual tasks. When you're working constantly, it's usually random busy work that doesn't get anything done. Yes, absolutely. Ah, Danny, I'm so glad you loved the call. Oh, I love you too, Megan. I think it's funny Gage heard you say shit, but not dick. Shh, don't make me repeat that again. I hope he never hears me say that word. Not like shit isn't any better, but okay. Does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns? No. All right then. See how y'all don't want to talk to me. I'm just kidding. So, did this help anyone tonight? Good. 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 Well, then I did my job. All right. So, I'm going to stop the recording. So, thanks for watching the recording.